For a few days, I've been getting a few recommendations on my YouTube, and these recommendations regarded this Discord QR code scam, which I've done some work with a while ago, and I feel like it'd be great to essentially give an explanation and a hands-on demonstration on how the scam works. So first, let's get to a basic topology. I apologize if the frame rate of this video is very low, considering I'm using a MacBook, an Intel MacBook from 2019, which, if you didn't know, has an Intel graphics card which sucks. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we can start with the description and explanation. So in this scam, overall, it always starts with the hacker. Let's call him H for hacker. So to essentially start off the scam, he has to create some infected account, like an alternate account, or perhaps some person he hacked a while ago. So let's just create this other account here. Let's just call him the infected. So the hacker runs a script that connects to the Discord API as the infected computer, or no, not the computer, the infected account, and gets their friends list and sends a message to all of their friends. Let's just write friends. Okay. So this is a potential victim here who have received the message, and depending on how they believe it, or if they believe it, they will click the invite link that typically is in this message. So assuming that they've clicked the URL, which takes them to the scam Discord server. Okay, it's the scam Discord server. Let's just call it S for scam. So this potential victim connects to the scam server, which then prompts some sort of verification. And that essentially takes us to the next process of the scam. This regards the scam message, which typically has the QR code in it, and then the potential victim is required to scan the QR code to then be welcomed into the server and thus verify that they're human. So if they scan this QR code, that's where they get hacked. I'll get to that in a second. So once they've been hacked, this process repeats. They become an infected account. It logs in, the script logs into their token and thus connects to the Discord API and sends the same message to all of their friends, and then all their friends become potential victims who may connect to the server, scan the QR code, and the process becomes a loop. Well, now let's get to the backend part, which essentially is how the hackers can execute the scripts and essentially how they get this QR code that magically, or quote unquote magically, takes people's tokens. So typically, at least how I would do it, is I'd use a Chrome driver, which uses Selenium. You can look that up somewhere on Google, because I'm not going to explain that in depth. Anyways, so the hacker uses a Chrome driver, which is essentially, in simple terms, it's a browser that you can control with code. So you can use it to automate certain tasks, like web scraping or other things, really. Anyways, these Chrome drivers, they run, or they have scripts that are controlling them, typically programmed by the user or hacker in this case. So these Chrome drivers connect to Discord, more specifically the Discord login page. And these Discord login pages, typically they have a QR code. Let's just call it DL for Discord. So the script executes some code, typically to extract some HTML, in this case to take the QR code from the Discord login page. I recall this might have be safe. Yeah, this might be base64 data. So it decodes the base64 and into bytes and then saves it as a file. So it becomes a file that can be used by the computer in the script. What am I Okay. Okay, my Mac is lagging so much. Anyways, so this file then gets called by the server, I guess the bot that's running the server, and gets used in the scam message to then be sent to the potential victim for them to be an infected user. So once the user scans the QR code, it's essentially logging them into the browser that's being controlled to the Chrome driver, and then this Chrome driver executes some JavaScript on the Discord login page, which then you can get the token. I'm very tempted to use the text option. Alright, I'll use the text option for this one. You can get the token. Email. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to use the scam. So you can get the token and the email from the browser using JavaScript. It's not that hard to do. It's a few lines. It takes it from the local storage spot. If you look in Chrome and go into the inspect, you can see it very easily. But yeah, that's essentially a bit on how the backend works, and it's very dangerous. You know, it's quite scary how easy it is. Let me zoom out here just so you can see the full topology. So that's essentially how it works. Overall, the whole topology of the Discord QR code login scam, at least how I would do it. So let's go into more in-depth hands-on experience with scripts that I've written to demonstrate this attack. Alright, so these are the two scripts that I wrote that briefly conduct this scam. So the one on the right is essentially the bot that sends the verification message to the potential victims, for which the second script on the left is what generates the QR code. It's the one that manages the Chrome driver, and also it generates a different script which essentially spreads the malicious message to all the people in the victim's friend list. It uses a token using command line arguments, as you can see from the sys.rgv. In this case, sys.rgv1 index 1. Anyways, these are the two scripts. This one's longer than the other one. I annotated this one. This one's a little simple, so I was like, nah, whatever, I didn't need to annotate it. But yeah, we're going to briefly demonstrate this attack. I already have both scripts running at the moment. So, okay. I'm going to use this account here. So I reacted with the Moya emoji as specified from whatever this is here, how to verify. Yeah, okay. And then next, there's a more private verification message. As you can see, actually this is a really bad example, but like other random members like DSCS, they do not have access to this channel here. So it's between you, the owner, and the main bot. And this bot asks you to scan this QR code. Log in to your account by the Discord mobile app so that we know you're a human. This is, of course, a scam, despite it saying, oh, we promise this isn't a scam. Of course, this message would probably be more well written, because I essentially was being very sarcastic with it saying, we promise this isn't a scam. I don't think they'd call their bots, I'm not trying to scam you, or anything that relates to scamming. But anyways, that's on the point. So I'm going to go get my phone. I'm going to scan this QR code. If it doesn't work, it will say, oh, just react to the message in the welcome channel. So that's how we will know. Right now it just said it doesn't work, so we're just going to react to it. So as you can see, it deleted the channel and created a new one. And this one, okay, this time it actually works. So it might take a second because it has to load the other victim's account on the Chrome driver, and then it can run the JavaScript that will get the token. So all we have to do is wait. Oh, as you can see, we have a hit. Somebody has been yoinked. So as you can see here, we have the ID, username, token, and the date the user has been created. So if we go to my main account here, we have a message from DSCS, so we're just gonna put that there. But yep, that's the malicious message. It'll say something sort of like this. I mean, the real scam that I've seen on my YouTube recommended had a similar message with a similar negative connotation to scare the potential victim into actually joining the server and attempt to sort of resolve any sort of conflict that was caused. Because, I mean, imagine if this was a good friend of yours. You don't want them to think you're a creep or a bad guy. But yeah, so they'd want to join this, the victim would want to join the server and try to resolve whatever happened, and would essentially be, more compelled to follow the directions. When you're scared, your brain doesn't want to cooperate with you, and it will do more irrational things, and thus resulting in the exploitation of your Discord account. So if you are a victim of this scam, it's quite unfortunate, but there's many things that you could do to prevent being exploited even more. So first, of course, you need to change your password, because that will reset your token and the hacker can no longer log into your account. Second, you need to tell all of your friends that what happened, so that no further damage can be caused. And if it's one of those, if the server has a lot of boosts, chances are they probably bought something off of your account, so you should probably check your billing. Oh, my streamer mode's enabled, but essentially you check your transaction history and see if you've bought anything that you shouldn't have, and then if that is the case, you need to tell your parents or to notify the bank and try to get a refund or something like that. It's quite complicated, but if done correctly, it should work. Good luck, people. I really hope you learned something from this. My topologies probably weren't the best, but I hope they gave you a basic idea. And perhaps my scripts can show that anyone can do this, because I'm technically a minor, and if they're a bunch of 30-year-old men trying to conduct this scam on poor children, they got to get a life. Because anyone can do this scam. Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.